In the near future, humanity is struggling to contain a deadly virus carried only by girls and young women. With no cure in sight, they are rounded up and sent to concentration camps, while those who refuse to comply are executed on the spot. In a large country house, a grown woman named Lucy, who has lost her own daughter, hides 5 teenage girls. But they don't agree on how to face their situation. The oldest of them, Lily, believes that it isn't they who should fear the outside world, but the world that should fear them. Women as a mystery of nature, life-giving on the one hand, dangerous and destructive on the other, is a familiar concept in auteur cinema. This theme is especially popular in horror. Lars von Trier's Antichrist immediately comes to mind. The British film Savage Flowers operates on a smaller scale and with simpler ideas, but that seems to be a conscious choice by its creators, to avoid art house obscurity and stay on a level where all the themes embedded in the story are easy and unambiguous to read, as if the target audience were viewers the same age as the film's protagonists. Despite its apparent simplicity, Savage Flowers explores several themes at once. At the top of its conceptual pyramid is the cunning virus that turns young girls into literal arbiters of fate. This reads as a metaphor for the power and influence girls possess at the peak of their youth. The filmmakers divide the characters into 2 camps, one led by Rose, a kind and compassionate girl who wishes harm on no one, and the other, the larger one, led by Lily, who has already experienced the cruelty of the adult world and now intends to take revenge on it, especially since doing so has become absurdly easy. All it takes is a kiss of death. From the confrontation between Lily and Rose, the film moves on to its second major theme, bullying. The creators of Savage Flowers clearly have something to say about how to respond to it, how to resist it, and how any form of harassment inevitably leads to tragedy. In this respect, the film is predictable. It opens with a teaser scene from the finale whose true meaning becomes apparent fairly quickly. But the tragedy lies not in what will happen, but in how casually and routinely it is approached, through small acts of cruelty that initially seem harmless. Savage Flowers works beautifully as a kind of female Lord of the Flies, thanks in large part to the strong performances by the young cast, especially Olivia-Mai Barrett as Rose and Maddie Mills as Lily. Savage Flowers has other layers as well. It is also a thriller with tension built around periodic inspections of Lucy's house by armed squads of the so-called Red Bands, who are tasked with capturing girls. It is a film about psychological trauma and guilt, and at the same time, an emotional coming-of-age story filled with the poetry of blossoming beauty. Perhaps Savage Flowers lacks the ambition and depth to become a fully fledged statement, but it seems the filmmakers weren't aiming for grand gestures. This is a film that doesn't diagnose. It gently and unobtrusively, through lyricism and quiet melancholy, reminds us that mistreating women is strongly discouraged.